Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the most recent edition of the Go4Battlerite Cup for Europe. Of course, there are massive cash prizes down the line. We are 3 cups in at this point, but eventually the eventual winners will get the opportunity, the top 8 at least, to play in a single elimination bracket all the way to the grand prize pool. This week, though, we only have €150 on the line, and quite a few excited teams all ready to go for even that paltry prize. My name is TJ, my co-caster is Dropbear, and we are leaping right into our first match between Fleek and Seekers and Harbingers. Dropbear, what do you know about these two teams?
Well, just off the top of our heads, Fleek has been constantly placing in the top 2 of each week's competition. I believe they were second place round in week 1, actually. Against
that has placed them at number 4 in the total standings with 100 points, meaning that they are very, very much in contention for that top 8 finals.
Yep, that's right. And of course, you only have to be in that top 8 to qualify, so they are looking very good. But any other team can get in here because 100 points goes to the winner of this entire weekend of this.
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very easy at this point to still join, and definitely any team this week could still squeak their way into the top 8 in very easy fashion. Now, we're getting on into it. We do have the 2 team picks locked on in, Rifletown and Iska. Of course, making up Fleek over on the left-hand side of your screen. We'll have their kind of trademark Lucy-Jumong combo. Lots of range damage, lots of healing out of Rifletown on the Lucy. By contrast, you have the Pearl out of Outland. It's a very mobile, more utility-focused healer. And Chris All running the dominant melee Freya, who works quite well with support.
As we do get into the center, it's quite interesting to see a Pearl on this map especially, although that good bubble has been interestingly placed to choke them into the point, and they have taken center orb here, Seekers and Harbingers, just managing to get in.
Yeah, that's... You know, you definitely flagged him as the underdog, but so far it's going so well. Never mind, this guy able to secure the orb, and he needs to get out of there quickly, though, because Chris Owen's going very aggressive on him. Didn't end up working in his favour, and actually that Pearl has no escape for the time being. Iska won't pounce on that opportunity, though. And the Petrite Bolt out of Rifletown will instead be all the capitalising that happens. Very, very low HP on Chris Owen. Now that's got to be focused. That's got to be a priority if you're over here on the Fleek scene, and so far it looks like they're doing an excellent job with it.
Iska actually manages to land an ultimate onto the Pearl there. You don't really see Jumongs use their ultimate that much, they just use all the raining arrows, so that must be some serious ulti generation we've got there.
Well, speaking of ultimates, there's the Thunderstrike coming in. That did do significant damage. Of course, you still have such low HP on both players for Harbingers and Seekers, but they definitely have a chance. They just need to pull it together and not let things like this happen to them, as you do see the incapacitate come through in the kill follow through, not on Outland actually, but onto his ally who was isolated. Now he's all alone. The counter will save him for a moment, but not nearly long enough, as we do see the first round going in favour of Rifletown and Co. Fleek up 1-0 in the map.
Jumong's really been... I almost want to say he's slept for a couple of days, because everyone's been picking up the Rukan instead, but he's still extremely powerful, probably the most powerful ranged hero in the game still.
I think he is. He's the dominant ranged DPS. Of course, a definite downside of him would be that we've seen kind of that mobility. As much as we touted it originally, he can get pinned down, he can get isolated, and if he's already used his double black arrow or even doesn't have it available, there isn't much he can do to get away from sticky situations.
As we do get underway with the middle fight, Orb is taken by the blue team, Fleek. And it looks like Pearl is taking a pounding from Iska. There's the ultimate. And he's actually managed to land it. That was a nice landing.
Nice hit out of that, Chris All. Yet again, very, very low on HP as he continues to try and commit here. The silence coming out from Outland, appropriately enough, will maybe buy them a little bit of space, but you have to worry about their HP. Outland able to keep himself alive. Rifletown receiving a pounding in the backline, but the barrier just keeps him safe for the time being. Now the panicked out Freya will be focused. 1-on-2 deadly injection should guarantee the kill, and indeed it does. And now you have 2 points in the match and map in favour of Browse on Fleek.
Just quickly, we've been seeing some Lucy's pick up the panic potion, exploding panic potion, but Rifletown doesn't like that. He's going for potency and adhesive component for the clarity buffs, so that's an interesting use of his Battlerite.
Yeah, definitely a little bit non-standard there. Hopefully we'll see it work out for him, because experimenting's always good. Definitely builds the depth of the scene. There's the silence attempting to come out, and you can already see the focus on Outland is immense. He's taken so much damage, and it's not stopping now. Iziska quite happily rains in damage after damage. That will be the route. Bear Trap guaranteeing that they will get orb over there on the blue side as they continue to just kind of hang out and do damage. Now there's a nice escape used, but right into the crippling goo, and now he has nothing. The clarity potion pushes him right back in, and there is nothing he could do except hope, pray that they would hit his counter. Rifletown will hang out of the fight for the time being and return immediately after that ultimate is used. Rocket counter, but the Dragon Slayer flies through, pinning him against a wall and buying some separation. There's orb, a deadly injection, and the kill should follow swiftly.
Just brilliant play from Rifletown, especially as we all always note that you gotta, when you have a Lucy, you just consistently have in your mind, have they used all their escapes yet? If they have, use the goo. And
yeah, early on. Sorry, continue.
No, it's just not only that, but his positioning as well. He was just almost impossible to hit, really, especially from when you've got Freya, who's really relies on her getting right into your face.
And like I was saying, early on in the meta, we did not see much use in that crippling goo. People thought it wasn't powerful compared to, say, a stack of deadly injections. But what we've definitely seen now is it is so immensely powerful if you are able to guarantee that they eat most of the damage from it.
As we do get back underway with our third round, Orb is going to go again into Browse and Fleek's hands as Freya just walked into a trap. Jeez. It looks like they're getting a little bit of good damage onto Jumong, but it may be at the sacrifice of their own HP, as we do see this going 80% to 50% in favor of Browse and Fleek. And there's another good crippling goo. And he's
again, we talked about that. All of his escape abilities, they've been burned up, so he's left popping a bubble shield. Now he does have ultimate available, and he does have 2 grouped up opponents. If he uses that, it could be huge. And there it is, one snatched up, but no dodge actually. And that will be a 2-on-1. That was a thunderclap dodge, a little bit interesting, causing me to misread that at the very least. But follow through will be good. And there it is, guaranteed 4 points in, match point for Browse on Fleek.
I am not surprised, Lucy. Nope. Most of this is quite standard, honestly, from Browse and Fleek. They are pretty high up in the rankings.
Yeah, this is a team that's only played in 2 tournaments, that hasn't done terribly well in either of them. Over on the side of Seekers and Harbingers against one of the best teams in Europe. Definitely top 5, and definitely top 5 inside this tournament's rankings. So, the result, I hate to call it early, but it was kind of expected from the get-go. Hopefully, though, we do see some interesting things tried and experimented with. New fresh blood is always, appreciated, and the experience is good for both teams.
As Orb again is taken by Browse on Fleek. This is just utter domination, as Incap does go onto the Freya as to put up the electric shield. They are getting a little bit of damage onto Rifletown, but it's at the risk of Iska just getting 3 damage back.
The stun coming through, Dragon Slayer still available, and there it is, pinning and slaying the Pearl. It's all down to Chris now. 1-on-2 for his team's tournament hopes, and as he has to use his mobility to dodge that deadly injection damage that will mean the steady shot is more than enough to finish it off, and the match and map will go to Browse on Fleek.
Not much to say about that match, honestly. It's just good to see Browse and Fleek getting their handle on. Maybe they can take this all the way for this week.
Yeah, they definitely are, you know, starting strong this week. And if I go ahead and pull up the bracket, they definitely have a much better bracket seeding than we saw in past weeks. We go ahead and, hang on, I'm loading it all on up here. But Browse on Fleek, they're sitting here in this shorter bracket, admittedly. And they're already kind of in the top half of the bracket, where they do have to deal with Project Horizon. Yes, a very, very scary team, but one they're going to be able to play and hopefully you know, drive all the way right before the finals. They're also going to have to face, as kind of the mid-tier, they'll have to deal with, maybe theoretically, as I scroll on through here, Team Elegance, who placed very highly consistently, Burning Sands definitely showing up today, and Team Bruce Lee, of course, the top seed, one of the best teams in this region.
Not only that, but you've also got at the bottom, Burning Sand, you got Woozak and Hot Biscuit. Woozak is a former team member of EX Black.
Yeah, EX Black, if you could go ahead and pull up the rankings just so I can illustrate this point. EX Black and Woozak, they've played on a different team every single week, and it's cost them. Because even if they place consistently high, it doesn't matter. They don't get the rankings for that top 8 finals. Maybe they're just doing it in the hope of winning the cash prize for this week's tournaments, but
EX Black isn't actually playing this week either, so...
Oh yeah.
But Woozak might have found his teammate, I guess.
Yeah, maybe Woozak is settling down, raising a household. He's got... I don't know what he's got. Maybe he's got a sheep, a dog.
Oh jeez, we're not New Zealanders
Sheep
here.
are really, really smart.
No,
sheep are really smart.
Anyway.
Could be... what is he actually? Just so I'm sure I'm not racist. Oh, he's German. Yeah, they have sheep and dogs in Germany. Lots of farms. They can make it work. Anyway, we're going to be right back with the rest of the tournament in just a few moments as we do go ahead and find our next round match to sneak on there into. Don't go anywhere. There's a lot more Battlerite action happening right here on twitch.tv/BattleriteRIGHT.